This is the moment in 1952 when everything changed. The new Queen arriving back in London following the death of her father. Elizabeth and Philip later acknowledged the preceding 4 years had been so special because there'd been no pressure.
First pictures from Malta, where the Princess joined the Duke for the second anniversary of their wedding.
A large part of their early married years was spent in Malta. The Duke of Edinburgh was climbing the career ladder in the Royal Navy, while Princess Elizabeth, the Duchess of Edinburgh, was able to enjoy the daily routine of an officer's wife. Malta's strategic location in the Mediterranean meant it had played a key role in the war effort. In the years that followed, as the British Empire crumbled, Malta was still ruled from London. The Duke loved his time in the Navy. It was here in Malta that he was given command of his first ship. When he flunked one exam, he raged at the idea that his royal position would see him through. He said to one friend, "If they try to fix it, I'll quit the Navy for good." Sadly, within 18 months, he had to quit anyway. This is where they lived, Villa Guardamangia, on the outskirts of the capital, Valletta.
It's in a little bit of a state now, but it was obviously in great shape then. And the place is not crowded, so it would have had the Queen and Prince Philip away from the rest of the crowd, and life would have been relatively normal for them. No wonder the Queen describes them as very happy times.
The young princess had escaped most royal duties. There were no openings, unveilings or receptions. Well, not many. She did open this hospital. Those who served with Philip in the Royal Navy were convinced he could have got to the top on merit. It was the beginning of an enduring royal love affair with Malta. The one thing all royals crave is the one thing they can't have, and that, of course, is normality. But here in Malta, Philip and Elizabeth were mostly left alone, so they could enjoy the everyday things that we take for granted, like going on short trips, decorating their own place, and shopping. In 2015, the Queen and the Duke returned to the island on one of their last foreign trips. The Commonwealth Summit was being held where else but Malta.
Visiting Malta is always very special for me. I remember happy days here with Prince Philip when we were first married.
It was the last of several trips to the island over the decades. The Duke opened Alfred Pisani's first hotel in 1968. He told me it was a truly special relationship.
They enjoyed the island and its simplicity, the warm character of, I think, the Maltese general are very warm. So I am convinced that as much as we feel this affinity towards the royal family, they still would have a very close affinity to the island.
Residency in Malta was ended with the death of the King. The Queen returned from a visit to Kenya with the weight of destiny on her shoulders. Philip, her loyal consort, dedicating his life to supporting his young wife. The carefree days of normality were over.